Blue skies means fun days. Helping skydivers with tips and techniques about safety, training and fun jumping from those who know. Hi and welcome to Blue Skies Fun Days. At some stage in our skydiving careers, we'll probably be all involved in competition in some form or another. But where do the rules come from and how are they managed? Here is a chat that I had with Amanda Owens Smalley from the USPA on just that subject.
So my name is Amanda Owens Smalley, and I am Director of Competition and Records for the United States Parachute Association. So in that position, we encourage competitors to form competitive teams and compete in nationals, collegiates. So working with George from Sport Promotion, we're going to create some webinars so that way we can hopefully encourage athletes to start clubs at their colleges and universities, so that way we can grow the collegiates. From there, they get a great base, so then we'll encourage them to compete nationally. So for nationals, we're actually adding classes to the disciplines to allow different competitors to compete at different levels. So if they don't feel comfortable coming in at the open class, then they can join at the beginner class with a team that they choose to enter with. So it's a great way to encourage more competitors at a beginner level to give them the competition experience. If a U.S. drop zone would like to submit a bid to host Worlds, then they do submit the bid to USPA, and then we take it and present it at the ISC FAI level. They're also encouraged to attend to present their bid. So the competitors that do win at nationals are then selected to join the world team, and they compete either in the World Championships or the World Cup, depending on which year it is. For that, as Director of Competition, then I do provide the dates from the bids and the locations where the competitions are being hosted, so that way they can plan accordingly. Also help with the selection process for team management, which is a volunteer position, and they are fantastic volunteers that help the teams with travel and such and communicate with me. And as Director of Competition and records are a main part of the position as well. So if someone is going to do a state record or a national record or a world record, if they have any questions, they can reach out to me. I can also help provide judges that are available for them to make sure that the records are completed in their entirety, and that way it's complete and they wouldn't have a record that's been rejected. And we encourage people to look. Our record database is on the USPA website. There's a section called Records, and the world records are located on the FAI database, so they can also see what the current records are. If they're struggling with that, they can certainly reach out to me and I can assist them with knowing what the current records are, and then that way they know how to go forward to break those records, set new records. There are some differences between the types of records, between the state records, the national records, and the FAI records. Part of those differences are the participants, the percentage, if it's just a solo record or if it's a large formation record, then there is a requirement for USPA membership. There is also a submission requirement, so records have to be submitted within a certain time frame. For the world records, there's a requirement that there's a notification of the record that has happened before it's been ratified. So there are different time frames for notifications and submitting the record itself. There also now has to be, instead of just a photo showing the grips, they also have to provide a video showing it, so that way they can make sure that each point, if it's sequential, is controlled, and that they can verify it based on the video. The reason that rules change in competitions is because at the ISC meeting, which is held yearly, and this coming year in 2024, it's actually going to be in Orlando. The United States won the bid. There is a delegate that represents each country, In that meeting at the ISC, the delegates then bring up concerns or lessons that they've learned from a previous world competition, and then they decide what rules may need to be changed. From there, those rules are voted on at the end in the plenary session, and then we bring that back to the United States with the rule changes. At our board of directors meeting is when those rule changes are all presented. The USPA typically does a rule change if it makes sense or it will affect a competition world record. They want to make sure that they align with the standards so that way any competitor setting a record can be recognized for that record and it can be ratified. The rule changes happen once a year, typically, after the board of directors meeting in February at the United States. Future for competition in the United States is to communicate, educate, and try to get more people interested in competing, knowing that it's a great, fun way to have a community and a family. It's a smaller family than skydiving in general, and it's really neat to see everyone helping the newer and encouraging jumpers coming in at the newer level and coaching them. So my vision is that it keeps growing and becoming larger and better. With economic restraints, there are some challenges, but I think that there may be some assistance out there to help make it affordable for competitors. So we are exploring those options, as well as, again, educating competitors or future competitors through webinars or videos and just providing knowledge for them and encouraging them to reach out for any questions.
To summarise, remember each country has their own competition management system that aligns with the FAI and the other associated competition organisations. In Australia, this is the Australian Parachute Federation. In the UK, it's the British Skydiving, and of course in America, it's the USPA. So have fun in competition, turn some points or whatever, and we'll see you next time on Blue Skies Fun Days. Just a quick request to make sure that you've subscribed, rung the bell, and be sure to tell your friends about all that's available at Blue Skies Fun Days. For more tips and techniques, click subscribe.